Okay. Why? Why do you feel sick?
I'm sick because my cousin got me sick last week.
Okay. All right. Well, you're fixing to get a break next week. All right. So we're going to read about Thanksgiving traditions. Okay. We're going to read about Thanksgiving. I'm going to turn this way a little bit because we're short a couple. So we're going to read fluency and comprehension. Okay. So let's look at our passage.
I'm
not going to time you. We're just going to read. Those are our questions.
We have to answer them.
We all don't have pencils, do you?
You
need to grab. Go grab.
They got some over there.
5.
Yeah, she got some over there too.
Okay.
Grab I'll go get the other ones.
You just grab me 5. And she's got 5. Grab me 5. Okay, while we're waiting on Marianne to get our pencils, what is the title of our passage? Thanksgiving traditions. Do we all have Thanksgiving traditions? Yeah. All right. I want you, while we're waiting on Marianne, to be thinking of one Thanksgiving tradition that you have at your house. Just one. Well, you just said you had one.
Everybody comes over to my house and we have
Okay.
turkey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Ty, is there something special that you do, a tradition that you do?
The only thing I do is just be lazy on Thanksgiving.
Okay, well that's nice.
Everybody, it's in my family comes up. My mom always, I'm getting them.
Okay. So that was our tradition. We always went to my grandmother's. So, all right, Thanksgiving traditions. You see it? So we're going to do an I do, a we do, and a you do. Are you paying attention, Brandon? Okay. So first off, you're going to listen to me. Pencils down. You're going to track as I read aloud to you. Ready? Thanksgiving traditions. I read, you listen, and follow along. Landon's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. He always goes to his grandma's house to eat a big feast and play with his cousins. Remember, sorry, as I'm reading, if there's any words that you don't know, check them off, okay? His family has several traditions that always make the time special. One tradition that is that Landon and his grandma make a pecan pie together. He helps by gathering pecans that have fallen off the big pecan tree in the backyard while his grandma bakes the crust. He looks for the ones that are not cracked or deformed. When he gets to use the nutcracker, then he gets to use the nutcracker to crack open the pecans. Occasionally, he finds a rotten one that must be thrown away. Then they get out a huge bowl to combine the rest of the ingredients. They pour the mixture in a pie tin and bake it in the oven. Soon the whole house begins to fill with a delicious aroma. Later, when his dad carves the turkey, Landon and his cousin Kate hold the wishbone and make a wish. Before they eat, each person tells something they are thankful for. Then they eat and eat until they are stuffed. When they are so full that they can't eat anymore, Landon's grandma pulls the piping hot pecan pie out of the oven, and no one can resist eating a piece. After eating, they all go outside for a game of flag football. Grandma even joins them in the game. She's not very fast, but she sure can throw a mean spiral. Landon's Uncle Jeff usually tackles him and throws him in a mound of leaves. When the whole family joins in for the humongous leaf fight, Landon is always a little sad when his dad tells him it's time to go home. But then he remembers all the things that he has to be thankful for. Okay. Any words? I saw you, and I saw you mark one too. Okay, which one did you mark? Deformed. What would deformed mean?
Like somebody is deformed.
Okay, deformed would mean that it's not shaped just right. It says here, he looks for ones that are not cracked or deformed. So they're the perfect pecan. They're not messed up in any way. What's your next one? Aroma. Aroma. It says the whole house begins to fill with the delicious aroma, the smell. The whole house smells like pecan pie.
I love pecan pie.
Which word did you find that you
I
want?
don't.
Occasionally. It says, right here. Occasionally. Sorry, I'm looking at it upside down. Yeah, thank you. Occasionally, right here. Occasionally means sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes is what occasionally means. Okay? All right, so let's read it together. Pencils down. Two-finger tracking. Ready? And we're staying together. Ready? Read. Landon's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. He always goes to his grandma's house to eat a big feast and play with his cousins. His family has several traditions that always make the time special. One tradition is that Landon and his grandma make a pecan pie together. He helps by gathering pecans that have fallen off a big pecan tree in the backyard while his grandma bakes the crust. He looks for the ones that are not cracked or deformed. Then he gets to use the nutcracker to crack open the pecans. Occasionally he finds a rotten one that must be thrown away. Then they get out a huge bowl to combine the rest of the ingredients. They pour the mixture in a pie tin and bake it in the oven. Soon the whole house begins to fill with a delicious aroma. Later, when his dad carves the turkey, Landon and his cousin Kay hold the wishbone and make a wish. Before they eat, each person tells something they are thankful for. Then they eat and eat until they are stuffed. When they are so full that they can't eat anymore, Landon's grandma pulls the piping hot pecan pie out of the oven, and no one can resist eating a piece. After eating, they all go outside for a game of flag football. Grandma even joins in the game. She's not very fast, but she sure can throw a mean spiral. Landon's Uncle Jeff usually tackles him and throws him in a mound of leaves. Then the whole family joins in for a humongous leaf fight. Landon is always a little sad when his dad tells him it's time to go home. But then he remembers all the things that he has to be thankful for. Very good reading. I like the way you said it with me. I like the way that you all read. That was very good. Any other words pop out at you? Well, there's one down here at the bottom. Really? Humongous. Y'all know what humongous means?
It's very big.
Very big. That's great. Down at the bottom, right there. Humongous. Yeah, I like the way you circled it. It was good. Okay, now I'm going to listen to you, and I want you to read. Ready? Fingers under the words.
Let me study.
Huh? You have to, of course, you have to stay together. Ready? One more time. Fingers under, hold on. Fingers under the first word. 2 finger tracking. Ready, Brandon? And read.
Lincoln's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. He always goes to his grandma's house to eat a big feast and play with his cousins. His grandma has several traditions that always make the time special. One tradition is that they can together by gather
Pecans that have fallen.
off the big tree. In the backyard, while his grandma bakes the he loves for them.
Stop. We're going a little fast. Let's pick up from then, right after to form the word then. Fingers there, ready? And whoop, ready and read.
Then he gets
Occasionally,
he found a right one that was
away.
Then they get out the huge bowl of the rest
Of the ingredients.
They pour the mixture in a pot, and bake the rest of the ingredients
And make it in
in
the
the
oven.
oven. To fill with a
Delicious aroma.
later, when they had crossed the turkey, and his cousin tells
Okay.
they hold the wishbone and made a wish before they eat first. They gotta say something when they are thankful for the
Good. Stop. We've done it again. Start off with when. Right after stuffed. Right after stuffed, you see the word when? Everybody, finger underneath it. Ready, read.
When they are so full that they can't eat anymore, then his grandma pulls a big after eating, they all go outside for a game. The flag football, Grandma enjoys in a game. She's very not fast, but she can throw a mean smile. When the takes
Tackle.
him and throws him in the lead.
Mound.
Then the wild
Then the whole.
family joins in for a
Then the whole.
humongous
Humongous.
Time to go home, but remember all the things that they thankful.
You got to stay together. You have to stay with your partners.
Oh.
Yes. Okay? All right. We'll do them together. We're going to go back and find our answers. All right. So let's look at our question. Okay? Yes, but your name at the top.
3, 4, 5,
What's
6,
the
7.
word? How many we got? I'm just
What
saying.
word?
Pecan.
Pecans. Okay. So let's look at our first question. What does Landon do after he gathers pecans? So let's go back and look at our paragraphs. Is it in the first paragraph?
Yes. No.
All right. Is it in the first paragraph? Now let's look at the paragraph. The second paragraph. Skim the paragraph. Where'd you find it?
This one?
Okay, well, let's read the sentence. What does it say?
tradition is that Landon and his grandma make baby
together.
He helped
My grandpa pizza that
Pay
has
attention.
fallen off the big tree in the backyard while his grandma bakes the crust. He looks for the one
Then he gets to use the nutcracker to crack open the pecans. So what does he do after he gathers the pecans?
He gets to
crack them.
He gets to use the nutcracker to crack open
So
the
this one
pecans.
gonna be.
You can underline it so you can go back and find it again if you need it.
I don't even know what that is.
I see it now, nutcracker.
Okay, and then go back and write it under for the answer to your question.
Wait on me, I'll if I'm not finished.
I'll wait on you.
Because
I know your writing has to be just perfect.
Well, also something.
Ty, look at me. Stop and concentrate on what you're doing.
Where you go when you go jump on that game so fast?
We're not talking about games.
I'm already done.
Okay, we're ready.
Candace,
Okay, let's look at our next question. What is it, Branley?
What does
Branley?
what do Landon
Does this what?
What does ornament?
Aroma mean? What did we
It's
talk
the
about?
house smells like pecan pie.
So what is aroma?
the smell?
The smell.
The smell?
The smell. Aroma is the smell.
That's the smell.
S-M-E-L-L.
I got it right.
Good job. Okay, question 3. Jamie?
What does Landon and
What do
what do Landon and that don't make no sense.
Cade do? Well, let's find it. Let's go down to paragraph 3. Read paragraph 3. Ready? Later,
Later than his dad
Carves the turkey, Landon and his cousin
had
can hold the wishbone
They hold the wishbone
and make a wish.
make a wish. Underline it.
So what's
I don't know. They hold
It isn't.
the
Cade, not cat. Cade.
Put later too.
they hold the wish.
Mm-mm. They hold the wishbone and make a wish.
I don't know that. I said they hold the wishbone and make a wish. I didn't have to underline
Mm-hmm. We still have several questions.
it.
Wishbone.
We got 4 problems.
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 more.
There's something right there not going.
You can move it again.
In the same passage? No.
No, you might get somebody
No,
else.
like, are we gonna pull it again?
Yes. Yes. Okay, next question. Ready? What is it? What happens? What happens after Uncle Jeff tackles Landon? Yes, find it in the passage for me, then, Brandon.
It's in the way back.
Right here.
Landon's open.
Underline it. Good, now answer your question. I like the way you restated the question in your answer. You know, I'm so sorry. Oh, I like the way you did it too.
Why is Mom sad to go home?
Now to the next question.
You read the last two. Ty's gonna read this one, okay? Wait for Brandon to finish.
Okay.
This one is Justin.
Not Landon. I mean Brandon. Landon. Brandon.
Wait, he gonna read the next one?
Nope, you are.
Oh, why is Landon sad to go home?
All right, let's think about it. What has Landon done all day? He- Oh, he put sit up right in there. And he helped his grandma. He did what with the pecans? He found them and cracked them, didn't he? So,
Play with a cousin.
yeah, so why do you think that he is so sad to go home?
Because he don't want to leave his family.
He doesn't want to leave his family. He's had a really good time and the fun's gonna get him, he thinks, right?
He wants to. He don't want to. He wants to stay. I'm done. I said he don't want to leave his family. Like, he don't want.
He
Yeah.
closed
He does.